Namaste. Namaste. It is a historic day and a golden moment in the journey of Vyasa to have the 21st International Conference on Frontiers in Yoga Research and its Application being inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, in the presence of statesmen, scientists, academicians, spiritual masters, and yoga bandhus. I request our Honorable Prime Minister, sir, to kindly inaugurate the conference by watering the medicinal and sacred Tulasi plant. I request the Honorable Governor of Karnataka and the Honorable Chief Minister and other dignitaries to please join him. Veda Gosha by the Vice Chancellor of S. Vyasa University.
Om Agne Naya Supatharaye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yuyodhyasmajjohuranamenaha Bhuyishtham Te Namamuktim Vidhema Shraddhaya Agnissamidhyate Shraddhaya Vindate Havihi Shraddham Bhagasya Murdhani
Our sincere thanks to the honorable dignitaries. The conference is now inaugurated. I request the founder of Vyasa movement and the Chancellor of S. Vyasa University, Dr. H.R. Nagendra Guruji, to welcome the dignitaries and guests.
This is a historic moment for us in Prashanti Kutiram, blessed by the Trinity, Shri Ramakrishna Paramahamsadev, Sharadama, and Swami Vivekananda on one side, blessed by the unknown mystic yoga saints, showering their blessings in this area, who transformed the lepromatic Subrai Shastri to wonderful blossoming health, powered by Jnana. The small Bingipura village of Anekal Taluk was transformed into Prashanti Kutiram by the intense tapas of Ma Lakshmi Amma, on whom the then Chief Minister Narendra Modi ji adored her with Yogaratna Award. We welcome and offer our gratitude to our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji for his august presence to inaugurate this unique 21st Inkofira International Conference on Frontiers in Yoga Research and Application. Through his continued practices of asana, pranayama and meditation as part of Raj Yoga on one hand, and walking and having fitness practices, he has adopted the ideal of combining the best of the East with the best of the West, which Swami Vivekananda professed. Adopting the results of these practices in every action he does with total understanding in tune with reality, yogastaha kuru karmani. He, as a great Jnana and Karma Yogi, has shown what our Janak Maharaj was there in ancient times. Surrendering to his Ishtadevata Bharat Mata, he as a Bhakti Yogi sees that every moment all his cells in his body vibrate with her vision, as Hanuman did, Rom Rome Ram Nam. He adopted all the four streams of yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and is a role model for us of a yogi. Every moment his life is tuned to bring love, harmony, health and wealth. Everywhere, visiting countries after countries, cities after cities, heralding the concept of universal love and to create the world as one family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. To him, our Medical Director Dr. Nagaratna will offer the flower bouquet and a humble memento, offering as our small gratitude to him. What a joy it is for all of us to welcome our Honorable Governor, Vajubhai Sudhabhai Yalaji, and our Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah ji, who is supporting us continuously and practicing yoga by himself. And they are supporting us by making Karnataka as the host of this international conference. I welcome our dear and very honorable Vajubhai and also Siddaramaiah ji. And our heartiest welcome for all support given by our Ayush Minister, Shripad Nayak ji, and Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, J.P. Nadda ji, and our Anant Kumar ji, and our dear Khadar ji, the Minister of Health and Family Welfare, as also our Sharan Patil ji, the Medical Education Minister of Government of Karnataka. Should I say welcome to our own Karma Yoga Pithadipati, Padma Vibhushna Dr. Virendra Hegde ji. Welcome to all the top researchers who have come from different parts of the world to share the latest advances in cardiology, diabetology, oncology, and mental health. And we appreciate their sacrifice of time of their speech to hear our Honorable Prime Minister. Dr. Michael Dixon, Professor Anthony Hagati, the Andrew Bolton, the Rian Fiaz, and I welcome all the galaxy of great researchers who have come here, the yoga masters, the students, the faculty, the special guests, and the press seated in this august audience. It has been a great day for us here in Prashanti Kutiram. It is very historic with the coming of our very dear and revered Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Thank you all.
Thank you, Guruji. The best of healing systems from the East is represented by Ayush, and I invite Shri Shripad Nayak ji, Honorable Minister of State, Ayush, Government of India, to share his thoughts on this auspicious occasion.
Honorable Prime Minister of India, respected Shri Narendra Bhai Modi ji, His Excellency Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Vajubhai Walaji, Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Siddaramaiah ji, respected Shri H.R. Nagendra ji, all the Honorable Central Ministers, MPs, MLAs, renowned yoga gurus, yoga masters, dignitaries, scientists, diplomats, yoga enthusiasts, delegates, and friends from media and press. It is my great privilege and honor to be with this galaxy of dignitaries, yoga experts, and enthusiasts, distinguished scientists from India and abroad in this inaugural session of 21st International Conference on Frontier in Yoga Research and its Applications, organized by Savyasa University, Bengaluru. I extend my warm greeting to all of you on this auspicious occasion. I am amazed to see the huge response from all over the country and abroad for this international conference on yoga. I would like to place on the record my deep appreciation for the great work being done by the Savyasa University under the leadership of Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji in the field of yoga, education, therapy, research, and also in the promotion of development of yoga. Today, yoga has become the global, and our country is leading from the front for its promotion, development, and world peace under the dynamic and visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Bhai Modi ji. It is a matter of great pride for every Indian that yoga, our ancient wisdom and way of healthy living, is being accepted by the global community. One of the deep impulses of the human mind is carving to know. We wish to understand the world around us, its sources, its meaning, and its probable future. Founder of Indian philosophical thoughts, Vedic seer, yoga gurus, Maharshis, Mahavir, Buddha, and Sufi Sant have dedicated all their lives to quest of understanding the cause of suffering of mankind and its eradication. All these great masters have developed a common path based on the concrete experience which are practical, methodical, and systematic for the unfolding and culturing the unlimited potentialities of the human existence and can be realized by the practice of yoga. All effort at self-improvement is yoga. In different countries, at different times, man discipline himself to gain better knowledge and control over himself and his surroundings. In India, this happened through the process of yoga. This process is one of the complete control of one's personality so that one may discover one's true self. Much of what the yogis discovered and realized as a direct relevance even day. Every human being is having an innate urge to experience peace, bliss, and satisfaction. This could only be realized when all these aspects of human personality are balanced and evolved in an integral manner. The present world is highly advanced in providing materialistic comfort, but has failed to bring an inner peace and harmony. It has also failed to give an insight to handle the stressful situations, to promote the intrapersonal and interpersonal relationship, and to cope up with the varied situation of the life. In this context, yoga, our ancient Indian tradition, and an art of science of healthy living has a lot to offer. Yoga has the potential to bring the prosperity and happiness to all mankind. Ministry of Ayush is taking all possible steps to promote the Ayush and yoga in particular at all levels. The grand and successful celebration of International Day of Yoga has increased our responsibility. The event has created huge awareness of the health benefit of yoga and great demand for yoga teachers across the globe. Ministry of, in collaboration with the Quality Control of India, has launched a scheme for certificates of yoga professionals. Ayush Task Force under the leadership of Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji has submitted its report and action is being taken to implement this recommendation. Ministry has initiated action to impart yoga training to the paramilitary and police personnel. Yoga training program have also been started in Graha Kalyan Kendras in Delhi and 5 other cities by Department of Personnel and Training, where in MDNIY is find is approved and technical support. 6 central research institutions in yoga and naturopathy are coming up, including one in Karnataka. Moraji Desai National Institution of Yoga, a premier yoga institution under the Ministry of Ayush, has been designated as a first WHO collaborating center in yoga. World Health Organization has also emphasized the need to evolve ancient system of medicine in the health delivery system and has provided strategic guidelines for the evaluation of safety and efficacy profiles. With all this, ancient health and service are reaching out to developed countries where the wellness therapies and gaining the popularity. Moreover, this limited application of chemical drug has also motivated the modern scientific community to search and research time-tested, safe, less expensive, holistic and effective remedies for large use the needy population. Here I would like to emphasize that the system of yoga that has withstood the test of time cannot be ignored simply on account of lack of evidence. A number of researchers studies were carried out across the globe to scientifically evaluate and validate the beneficial effort of the yoga for prevention of disease, management of disease, particularly those related to stress and psychosomatic elements and promotion of health. Psychological, biochemical, psychological and clinical variables have been studied in the control experiment to assess the beneficial health efforts of the yoga. I am happy to learn that government of Karnataka has initiated several programs for the promotion of Ayush system, especially yoga and naturopathy. Karnataka is created with having a first full-fledged yoga university of the country, that is Savyasa University. I also come to know that the government of Karnataka has initiated an unique tradition of recognizing yoga and naturopathy experts by giving Patanjali Award every year. It is indeed a great pleasure that large number of yoga experts, medical professionals, scientists, researchers, academicians, yoga enthusiasts, and students are participating in this event. I'm sure that the platform provided in this conference will facilitate a healthy interaction amongst the participants to share and upgrade their knowledge about the integration of yoga into medical science. I'm sure that outcome of this deliberation, discussion, and interaction at this platform amongst the leading scholars, experts, medical professionals, academicians, and researchers from various fields would throw new insight on the subject of the conference, and yoga, its philosophy and practice will emerge as a solution for many day-to-day suffering of mankind. I once again extend a warm welcome to all of you on behalf of the Ministry of Ayush, and I wish the conference all success. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Our sincere thanks to you, sir. I have the pleasure of requesting our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Siddaramaiah ji, who is himself a regular practitioner of yoga, to deliver his address.
Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Vajubhai Wala ji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri J.P. Nadda, Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Shri Sripad Yasho Naik, Union Minister for Ayush, Shri Anant Kumar, Honorable Minister for Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, Shri D.V. Sadanand Gowda, Honorable Minister for Land Justice, Government of India, Srimati Smriti Irani, Honorable Minister for Human Resources, Government of India, Sri Siddheswar, Honorable Union Minister of State, Sri U.T. Khadar, Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Government of Karnataka, Sri D.K. Suresh, Member of Parliament, Padma Vibhushan, Dr. D. Virendra Hegde ji, Dharmadhikari, Sri Kshetra Dharmasthala, Sri M. Krishnappa, Member of Legislature, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, President Vyasa, media friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure and privilege to be a part of this special function. It is really a most memorable day for Vyasa, the one and the only university in the world, as it is holding a very unique international conference of doctors and scientists from modern allopathic and traditional Ayush medicine fraternity. By knitting together both the modern and the traditional system of healthcare, I am sure that this conference would achieve its objective of holistic understanding of these systems to address the fundamental issues. The in-depth research that Vyasa's Center of Excellence for Yoga and Yoga Research has carried out in the areas of effects of yoga in solving various health-related issues can be seen in the right perspective when the impact measurements or scientifically documented. Apart from publishing the research works in the apex medical journals worldwide, it has practically implemented effective healthcare solutions. My government and myself are very much concerned about the increasing cost of medical treatments, which is hardship for the common man in present day scenario. For this reason, not much improvement in the quality of life could be achieved. Rather, this becomes a strong reason for the deterioration of lifestyles. I am pleased to learn that this conference emphasizes on the four major ailments of diabetes, hypertension, oncology, and mental health. I hope that the delegates will be made aware about the integrated health care in minimizing these ailments in a very cost-effective manner. This could be of great benefit not merely to the people of India, but to the entire mankind. I am confident that the conference will help in evolving measures towards providing best health care for one and all. The advancement of science and technology has made every one of us more and more machine dependent, has changed our lifestyles, leading to affecting the health status. Currently, Ayush and the modern medical sciences are complementing each other to coexist. The diagnostic abilities in the modern medical sciences are proven at times like life-saving. It also has helped the traditional Ayush system of medicine to a great extent in minimizing the illness and bringing back happiness to mankind. It's a matter of great pride to our country that the United Nations has recognized the relevance of yoga to human health and has declared 21st June as International Yoga Day. I would like to compliment and appreciate the efforts of Dr. H.R. Nagendra, fondly known as Guruji, who has served in this field for more than 4 decades to establish great institute, Vyasa. I am sure that Nagendra will further take Vyasa towards the exchange of knowledge and technology for building the integrated healthcare system. I also hope that the results of these efforts would go a long way in reaching the ultimate goal of an integrated healthcare system for entire mankind and thus realize the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family. I wish to conclude with a piece of advice for everyone. No yoga, no life. No yoga, no life. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Extremely grateful to the Honorable Chief Minister for his address. I request the Honorable Prime Minister of India to release the compilation of research publication of S. Vyasa University. A compilation of 4 books of the research publication of Yoga University. The Manual of National Council for Teachers Education, NCTE, will now be released by the Honorable Prime Minister. The souvenir of this conference will also be released now by our Honorable Prime Minister. The souvenir is being released of this conference by our Honorable Prime Minister. I request the Honorable Prime Minister to please unveil the foundation stone of Lakshmi Amma Hospital for Integrative Medicine. The foundation laying stone for Lakshmi Amma Hospital for Integrative Medicine. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the most awaited moment is here. The inaugural address by our Honorable Prime Minister. I now request the architect of International Yoga Day, a Karma Yogi himself, a global leader who has inspired millions and is leading by example, to please deliver the inaugural address.
Governor of Karnataka, Sri Vajubewala, Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri Siddaramaiah ji, my valued colleagues in the Council of Ministers, Dr. Nagendra, dignitaries on the dais, esteemed guests from all over the world, and yoga enthusiasts. It is a great pleasure and privilege to participate in the 21st International Conference on Frontiers in Yoga Research and its Applications. I'm deeply grateful to Vivekanand Yoga Anusandhan Samsthan for organizing this conference. Vivekanand's vision was a synthesis of a deep reading of the Indian and Western thought and drew its spirit from our ancient philosophy and knowledge. He not only made a unique contribution to the spiritual revival of India, he also placed our timeless wisdom before the world. He had a deep understanding of the beauty of human diversity and spoke passionately for unity in our world. This is a particularly special year for the science of yoga. On June 21st, more than 1 million people in 192 countries came together to celebrate the first International Day of Yoga. The overwhelming global support is a mark of yoga's growth, a growing international popularity. It is also a symbol of the universal aspiration for health and well-being. It reflects the shared global desire for balance between human and Mother Nature, and peace and harmony between people and nations. Above all, it demonstrated once again the capacity of people from different cultures to reach beyond the familiar boundaries of their lives and unite in pursuit of a larger good. It is this spirit of unity that demonstrates the timeless science of yoga. And it is this belief in the power of yoga and faith in humanity that I propose this initiative in my inaugural address to the United Nations General Assembly in September 2014. When it comes to sustainable future for our world, a healthy habitat, and happier people, a change in our way of life that influence the choices we make as individuals, nations, and global community is important. This is the recognition that is dawning on the world. And across cultures and geography, people are increasingly taking to yoga to redefine their lives, to find oneness between the inner self and outer world, between their existence and their environment. मैं आज यहाँ मेहमान बन के आया हूँ, लेकिन मैं यहाँ मेहमान नहीं हूँ। जब बहुत काम होता था तब भी यहाँ आता था, और कुछ नहीं होता था तब भी आता था। और ये भी कैसी समय की बलिहारी है कि जब भी आता था लक्ष्मी अम्मा का प्यार पाता था। और आज लक्ष्मी अम्मा के नाम पर अस्पताल उद्घाटन करना आनंद भी और शोक भी, ये मैं अनुभव कर रहा हूं। क्योंकि लक्ष्मी अम्मा की विदाई के बाद मैं आज पहली बार आया हूं, और आप में से जो लोग यहां रहते हैं उनको लक्ष्मी अम्मा का प्यार भली भांति परिचित है। तो मैं उनका पुण्य स्मरण करता हूं, उनको आदरपूर्वक अंजलि देता हूं। और ये अस्पताल जो बनेगी, ये अस्पताल सिर्फ बीमारी से मुक्ति दिलाएगी ऐसा नहीं, लक्ष्मी अम्मा की तरह भरपूर प्यार के गंगा भी बहाएगी जो हर एक के जीवन में। The WHO fact sheet on the global burden of disease says that non-communicable diseases are the leading cause of death worldwide. In 2008, 80% of deaths due to this disease were in developing countries, up from 40% in 1990. By 2030, low-income countries will have 8 times more deaths attributed to NCDs than high-income countries. In India, cardiovascular disease, cancers, chronic respiratory disease, diabetes, and other non-communicable diseases are estimated to account for 60% of all deaths. The disease account for about 40% of all hospital stays and roughly 35% of all recorded outpatient visits. We face the tragedy of productive lives cut short and families that must deal with untimely loss. The huge toll on the economy and the excessive burden on the overstretched health system. Some studies have estimated that India stands to lose about $4.58 trillion before 2030 due to non-communicable disease and mental health conditions. So we must address the question of psychological state of our existence as much as we try to advance our physical and material life. This is where the role of yoga is paramount. Across the world, there are moving stories of transformed lives and rekindled hopes due to yoga. 21 जून योगा दिवस के कारण विश्व में एक माहौल बना, एक अपना महत्व है। लेकिन मैं अनुभव कर रहा हूं कि इन दिनों विश्व के कोई भी राजनेता भारत की यात्रा पर आते हैं तो उनके मन में एक जिज्ञासा रहती है योगा के संबंध में जानने की। योगा इंस्टीट्यूशंस के संबंध में जानते हैं, व्यक्ति के जीवन में क्या लाभ होता है वो पूछते हैं, खुद को सीखना है तो क्या करें वो भी पूछते हैं। यानी एक प्रकार से आज विश्व के मन पर योग यह समस्या का समाधान है, इस रूप में स्वीकृति मिल चुकी है। अब लोग उससे कनेक्ट होना चाहते हैं और तब जाकर के हमारी जिम्मेवारी और बढ़ जाती है। जैसा श्रीपाद जी ने कहा कि हम इतना कहकर के अब अटक नहीं सकते कि ये तो महान परंपरा है, ऋषियों मुनियों ने दी है, हजारों साल से चली आ रही है, हम ही इसके मालिक हैं। ये गाजे बाजे का समय पूरा हो गया। अब हमें डिलीवर करना पड़ेगा, हमें बेस्ट क्वालिटी टीचर्स तैयार करने पड़ेंगे। दुनिया के लोगों की जो श्रद्धा पैदा हुई है उस श्रद्धा को उनके स्वास्थ्य तक ले जाना पड़ेगा और तब जाकर के, और मैं मानता हूं किसी देश के जीवन में ऐसे अवसर बहुत कम आते हैं। दुनिया के बढ़िया से बढ़िया योग प्रैक्टिशनर होगा, उसके बगल में थोड़ा कम जानने वाला योग प्रैक्टिशनर इंडिया का होगा, तो वो व्यक्ति वो इंडियन को पहले पसंद करेगा क्योंकि उसको लगता है कि हाँ ये तो इसकी मालिकी है। ये मनोवैज्ञानिक अवस्था है। जबकि दुनिया के कई देश के नागरिकों ने एकेडमिक दृष्टि से, प्रैक्टिस की दृष्टि से, गिवन सिचुएशन एंड एनवायरनमेंट के संदर्भ में योग का क्या रूप हो, बहुत ही साइंटिफिक इवोल्यूशन किए हैं। आज योग ये सिर्फ भारत की संपत्ति नहीं रहा है, ये ग्लोबल हेरिटेज है। इस पर मालिकी इसके लिए समर्पित दुनिया के हर समाज की है और हमने भी जिसका इसका फैलावा हो, जितनी उसकी स्वीकृति बढ़े, इसमें गर्व करना चाहिए और तब जाकर के हम योग पूरे मानव जात को संकटों से मुक्ति दिलाने का एक मार्ग बन सकता है। The prediction of Sri Aurobindo that Indian yoga is potentially one of these dynamic elements of the future life of humanity, and that is coming true. श्री अरबिंदो ने जो कहा था वो आज सच दिखाई दे रहा है। करीब 100 साल पहले कहा था उन्होंने ये बात आज रियलिटी बनकर के उभर आई है। This discipline was not originally considered or conceived as a system of medicine, but because yoga is about a holistic lifestyle and the physical, mental, intellectual, emotional, moral, and spiritual harmony, it has profound health benefits. It fits well with the change in the way that world increasingly defines health. We are no longer satisfied with just preventing and managing disease. People now demand promotion of wellness. सिर्फ रोग मुक्ति नहीं, डिसीज फ्री शरीर है इतना नहीं, उसकी रुचि वेलनेस में है, which is a healthy balance of the mind, body and spirit. We now increasingly hear voices calling for holistic treatment, which means dealing not just with the immediate ailment, but with the complete person, physically, psychologically, socially, and spiritually. Traditional Indian systems are rooted in looking at human beings in totality. They see the link between आधि, हम प्रचलित हैं आधि व्याधि उपाधि, उपाधि तो बाद में जुड़ गया, आधि are problem at the mind level and vyadhi are a problem at physical level. They probe deeper causes, not just look at the symptoms. They treat the person, not just cure the disease. They may at times take longer to take effect, but they tend to have deeper and longer impact. And they are without side effects. As I argued at the Science Congress this morning, like traditional knowledge, science has also evolved through human experiences and exploration of nature. So we must recognize that science, as we see it, does not constitute the only form of empirical knowledge about the world. And we must remember that the Western system of thought, from Hippocrates to Percival to Edison, have expressed views on health that are not fundamentally different from the philosophy of the Indian system. So along with the accumulated wisdom and experience gathered over the ages, we must also apply the techniques and methods of modern science to test and validate results, assure quality, and explain benefits. And this is why we are placing emphasis on our efforts to increase awareness, acceptance, and adoption of Ayush system of medicine. And in doing so, we will create better wellness among people, rely more on local resources, and reduce healthcare costs. We will also reduce the social and economic costs to our society and promote a more environment-friendly healthcare system. I'm not here to advocate the supremacy of one system over another. I believe that humanity is wealthier for its diversity. Civilizations, cultures, and countries have enriched each other by sharing their knowledge and wisdom. And we can progress more by learning from each other. It is in this spirit that Swami Vivekananda called for combining the best from the East and the West. So it must be in the area of healthcare. My vision for healthcare is an integrated system that understands and builds on the best and most effective of our different traditions. This is why I deeply appreciate your effort to integrate yoga, Ayurveda, naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, homeopathy, and modern medicines. By promoting researchers and doctors on one platform, you are focused on 4 major non-communicable diseases: diabetes, cancer, psychiatric disorders, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease is appreciable. It addresses issues that are very important. Modern systems of medicine have transformed healthcare, screening, detection, and diagnosis of disease. Use of technology has reduced barriers to accessing healthcare and improving our understanding of disease patterns. Breakthrough in medicines and vaccines have helped conquer and contain many diseases. But as our understanding of its limitation and its side effects have grown, as we have experienced the growing cost of modern medicine systems, we have begun to look beyond to traditional systems, not just in India, but in other countries as well. Their popularity is growing. Yoga is now a global heritage, and the world is embracing traditional Indian medicine with great enthusiasm. So we look to you at this conference to define the path forward in the service of humanity. I hope that health professionals, policymakers, government organizations, and industry will bridge the distance between the various forms of medical systems. I hope that you will integrate yoga and traditional Indian medicine more closely into our healthcare system and make wellness a part of life for all in India and the rest of the world. You will contribute not only to healthcare and happier life for people, but also to a more purposeful and peaceful world and a more sustainable future for our planet. Thank you very much.
On behalf of S. Vyasa University and everyone present here, I extend our most sincere pranams to our Honorable Prime Minister. It is always a heartwarming experience to hear our Prime Minister talk about yoga and the wonderful class that he has given us. With this, we conclude the program with the national anthem. जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाथा। जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे। I request all of you to please remain standing until the dignitaries and our Honorable Prime Minister leave the venue. Please remain standing wherever you are.